Good morning, everybody. Today is Thursday, October 1st. We made it to October. Give praise to Jesus. And still 2020, but we made it to October. My name is Karen Bodenschatz. I serve as Associate Pastor at First Lutheran Church in Onalaska. And this is our morning musing. So on Sunday, Pastor Stanton chose as a hymn of the day, that hymn that comes right after the sermon, a setting of Psalm 23 that in our hymnal is called Shepherd Me, O God. And that refrain just hit me as I was listening to Gabe sing it. Like, shepherd me, O God, beyond my wants, beyond my fears, from death into life. And as I was listening to that and kind of just letting it wash over me, I thought this is going to be my anthem for the next 3 months. That as we make our way to the end of 2020 and into 2021 and toward a vaccine, as we make our way through this election cycle, as we continue to grow as a nation and become more just, this is going to be my anthem. I am going to trust God to lead and guide me, and not my own wants and fears that will lead me to a death instead of the life that God has intended for me. So right on the heels of that, I listened to a podcast that was reflecting on an article that the podcaster had read called, wait for it, Your Surge Capacity is Depleted. And I was like, yes, there's more to the title, but yes, my surge capacity is depleted. I don't know what a surge capacity is, but it feels right? Like, I know that my surge capacity is depleted. So a surge capacity is the adaptive and short-term strategies that we use to respond to and to get through disasters and tragedy. We have had to use our surge capacity way longer than what it is intended. And basically what it means is like our adrenaline spikes, right? That's the surge, the ability for us to have that adrenaline spike so we can meet the disaster and then it goes down. But that just keeps doing this, right? We keep having to meet these disasters. And so now we have come to a place where that's depleted. We're really not able to do that. Shepherd me, O God, beyond my wants, beyond my fears, from death into life. Right? Like, the only way we're going to do this is to rely on God and rely on each other. And there are actually two things that we can do to help our energy restore. So when I was listening to this podcaster, she was saying, so the ways that we're going to do that is to find new sources of energy. It's like, my surge capacity is depleted. I have no more energy. How am I supposed to find the energy to find new sources of energy? And it turns out that it's not new sources, it's old sources that I already know and I already learned and I already use, and I just forgot about them. The first is to have a project. I love a project, right? But the thing is, the reason a project is good for us right now is that we are able to plan something, execute something, and finish something. And that when we do that, when we finish it, it's something good. I think this is what my baking was about at the beginning of the pandemic, and I haven't done it much because I'm able to plan what I'm going to bake, I'm able to bake what I'm going to bake, and then I'm able to eat what I'm going to bake, and it's usually really good. And even if it's not, I don't care because it's still yummy. And I've still done something. And there's a few other things, a few other projects. So find a project that you can dig into and complete it. And that will help restore some of our energy. The second thing is play. And I know you're thinking, ain't nobody got time for play. But friends, we have got to have time for play, because what play does for us is gives us a steady thing for energy, like a steady source of energy. It's not that adrenaline spike. It's not like when you eat 5 donuts, not that I've done that recently at all. Eat 5 donuts and we get the sugar spike and then we crash. It's like drinking a green smoothie, which I actually don't do because I just eat the vegetables. But like that just kind of gives us a steady source of energy. And so play, which is not the opposite of work, is actually the opposite of depression, gives us that steady source of energy. And by play, I mean something that you do that is time spent that has no purpose. For me, that's art. That's sewing. That's those creative things. For other people, it's playing some sports, going for a hike. That's also something I enjoy doing, certainly not on a rainy day like this. But it helps us take a breath. It restores our energy. And I'll tell you what else I think it does. For us, especially as Christians, it gives us the ability then to tune into what God is telling us, to think more about how God has given us everything we need to get through this, that we don't have to rely on ourselves only, that we have this great community of faithful people that we can draw on. And as we all draw on God's strength, we can get through. But if we're not attentive to the fact that our surge capacity is depleted, then all we're doing is reacting to things and we're not providing ourselves with the ability to think for things. So I'm going to show you one of the things I've been doing that I think is both play. I love to take the things like this refrain and put them on a piece of paper, and then I doodle around them. Some people will call it Zentangle. I'm not sure it's technically Zentangle, but I don't care. But 15 minutes doing this before I go to bed really helps me sleep. So this is what I did. So you can see the refrain. Eventually it'll be kind of covered up, but I'll still know. And then I'm going to put this on my desk because I spend a lot of time at my desk to remind me to trust in God in the midst of all of this. I hope you find a way to play. I hope you plan a project. If you do, let me know about it. I'm going to link all sorts of stuff in the description below to give you some more stuff to think about and to listen to. I miss you all. I hope to see you soon. Until then, be well, be kind, and know that Christ is with you.